All right then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. So in today's video, we are going to cover Kaspa and its recent price action. Okay, so please make sure to like and subscribe to the content so you never miss any Kaspa update. Alright then, and before we are going to continue, I would like to remind to everybody that this video isn't a financial advice. I am just a dude out there on YouTube telling you my opinions and basically sharing everything that is publicly available on the internet, okay? So let's have a look at Kaspa. Kaspa is currently trading at 9 cents of a dollar with a market cap currently sitting at $2.1 billion with 24 trading volume sitting at 14,580,000 USD. So as we can see over here, we are dipping on the daily chart over here with Kaspa, but I do personally think this is great, okay? Because I still haven't accumulated as much as Kaspa as I would love to, right? So now guys, let's have a look what is Kaspa doing in general. Okay, so Kaspa broke below that trend line that is pretty much leading us back to ever since Kaspa started its journey on the market, as we can see over here, guys, right? So that technically short term looks a bit bearish, right? However, there are a couple of things that I would like to show you soon at the end of that video, so please make sure that you stick around, that basically are showing that Kaspa has a great future and crypto in general. Okay, so as we can see, guys, over here we are dipping and possibly we still could revisit 8 cents of a dollar in the immediate short term, right? That is going to obviously depend on what BTC is doing, right? So is it going to be bad? Well, not in my opinion, because as I said, I still want to accumulate more Kaspa, right? And now if we are going to zoom it out a little bit, okay, and as you can see over here, Kaspa was overheated just as general market as well. As you can see over here on RSI, Kaspa was sitting at almost 90 if it comes to RSI, just like over here with that double top, okay? And the key thing to note is that if we are going to notice what is Kaspa doing every single time it's bouncing, well, already did 3 times pretty much, right? Well, 4. So as you can see over here, it was overbought over here, right? There you go. It was overbought over here. It was overbought over here as well, but every single time, right, Kaspa is basically bouncing back, right, which obviously makes more sense, right? So we definitely could expect Kaspa seeing a much higher prices very soon, but that of course depends from a BTC. Okay, so now I am going to show you a couple of charts in order to put things into perspective where we are currently with BTC and overall market. Okay, so as we can see over here, guys, the ETF day update. Bitcoin ETF fund flows after 8 days just now. So the bad news is that Grayscale is still dumping but slowing a lot, and BlackRock is slowing a bit, and Fidelity is holding strong. And the good news is that BlackRock has 44,000 BTC assets out under management now. Fidelity has 40,000 BTC assets under management now, and the majority of the sell-off involved FTX, which completed day 8. So obviously, guys, in my opinion, that is just a short-term downside, and basically short-term FUD that people are basically panicking about, that, you know, Kaspa is dipping, Bitcoin is dipping, and overall market, as we can see over here, is dipping, right? But that obviously, in my opinion, is nothing to be worried about, right? Because please remember, we are not here for few days, few weeks, right? We are here for slightly longer run, this bull run, right? So let's have a look over here, guys. This is nothing more than a buy the dip opportunity, as we can see over here, guys, right? So that chart suggests that basically ever since we saw this price action over here in 2015, right, we've rallied significantly if it comes to altcoins, as well as in 2020, and now altcoins are doing exactly the same thing, right? So of course that doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to see parabola, right? And why? let me show you this chart, guys. Okay, so the 200 SMA wave calls for one of the most aggressive Bitcoin declines out there, right? So as we can see, guys, over here, every single time in the previous bull cycles leading back to 2012, right, we basically saw that, right? We had this pre-bull run stage, right, and we saw huge pumps, right? But then obviously BTC retested that 100-week SMA, sorry, 200-week SMA. And now, as well as in 2016, 2019, obviously that was also connected with Black Swan, but as we can see over here, we got the same situation too, right? So now we are at this escape zone as well. So if we are going to revisit that, that is going to be 28,000 for Bitcoin, right? So obviously Kaspa is going to bleed out, okay? But is it bad? No. Not in my opinion, because I do believe in the project and I know what Kaspa can achieve and crypto in general as well, okay? But let's look at a few more charts in order to put things into perspective for Kaspa. And I've got my personal price prediction for Kaspa, or moreover, what is the future of Kaspa and in general cryptocurrency, okay? So let's have a look. The best window ever for Bitcoin accumulation. When the market is correcting, don't be shaken out. The window between the point of Gaussian channel changing from red to green, and halving provides us an excellent opportunity to accumulate Bitcoin as much as we can. Yes, guys, exactly. So as we can see over here, right, we have a big opportunity to scoop up some Bitcoin, of course, Kaspa, right? The video is about Kaspa, but of course I am going to show you, you know, charts about the king of the market himself, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to go, you know, only higher now, right? According to the previous chart as well, we could technically revisit that 28k of BTC price levels, right? Only because we flipped green on Gaussian channel doesn't mean that it's going to basically the price is going to skyrocket immediately, right? As we can see over here, right, when we flipped a green, right, we still had some dips over here in the green, right? So dips are meant to buying, in my opinion, okay? Of course, I'm not talking only about Bitcoin, but about Kaspa in general, okay? So as we can see over here, guys, on the weekly, Bitcoin doesn't really look good. It looks quite bearish, right? But as I said, okay, I am very happy that is happening because we do need to scoop up some more crypto, okay? So that buys us time, okay? And as we know, of course, time is money. And now, also another thing, guys, I would like to point out, okay, and many of you are probably, you know, surprised why Kaspa is dumping and all of that, right? But have a look what happened in 2023 for Kaspa, right? Kaspa printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months of 8 green months, right? So of course that is normal if Kaspa is going to print, let's say, 2 or 3 months in red, where we can accumulate as much as Kaspa as possible, so later we can enjoy those green months, right? As we can see over here in April and May, Kaspa printed 2 red months, and what followed after that? Another 2 green months, 1 red and then a green in the ocean if it comes to for Kaspa, guys, okay? So let's have a look. And now one bullish thing to remember about Kaspa is that the current reward for Kaspa mining is 139 Kaspas, right? But in 11 days there is a next reduction and the miners are going to receive 131 Kaspas, right? And at the moment 78% is mined, right? So you can just imagine what is going to happen in the future for Kaspa, because Kaspa is deflationary, right? With big D, right? So that is very, very good for Kaspa, right? And now I am going to definitely buy that dip over here, right? And if Kaspa is going to drop to much lower levels, like let's say 8 cents, I am going to buy even more. I'm just waiting for that opportunity, okay? And now, guys, you're probably wondering why the thumbnail of 100x, that is easy, okay? I would like to show you that chart, okay? That chart is for Bitcoin, but it's going to make sense in the future, right? So illusion happens when you are fooled by your vision, but delusion happens when you became a fool of yourself, because of your beliefs and disbeliefs. As we can see over here, guys, that is nothing in the long term for BTC, right? You can just imagine what is going to happen in, let's say, 10, 20 years for BTC, and of course for Kaspa, because Kaspa is deflationary, guys, and we pretty much got the cut in rewards every single month for Kaspa, guys. So that is very, very beautiful and bullish for Kaspa. As I said before in my previous updates for Kaspa, guys, I definitely do regret that I didn't scoop up any Kaspa over here. I was just sleeping on Kaspa, despite the fact that I discovered that before the huge pumps like that. So that's about it in this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed that quick Kaspa update. As I said before, please make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss any Kaspa update. Peace and love, crypto.